You know, one of my favorite leadership mantras comes from Caddyshack, right? There's a point where Chevy Chase is, see your future, be your future, right? What I like about, you know, entrepreneurship is, you know, you walk into the office and you can have a real impact tomorrow. And you know, you can have this vision and you can see what you want to achieve, and it can happen. I don't know how many times I watched Caddyshack when I was a kid, but I'm like, okay, it paid off. There you go. I'm Stuart Lombard. I'm the CEO and one of the founders of Ecobee. I started my career in software development. I went to work for a company called CNET Electronics. An amazing company because they make flight simulators. And what was really cool about that company is they made everything in that factory. So they made, you know, they actually made nuts and bolts. They painted all the sheet metal. They made all the wiring harnesses. They designed and fabricated all their circuit boards. And I was fortunate that I had a horrible boss. One day I decided, like, you know what, I don't want to work here anymore. And so I remember walking into his office and I had a stack of papers, and he was giving me a hard time, and I just threw the papers in the air and said I quit. I did the total take this job and shove it. Then I thought, okay, I'll just spend some time looking at different opportunities and try to figure out what I'm going to do next. So I think everyone has to decide what they want to do with their life, right? At that time I said, well, you know what, I would really like to reduce my environmental footprint. So let me do a few things to see what I could do to reduce my environmental footprint. What I realized, the insight that we had, was that heating and cooling is 50 to 70% of your home's energy use. So actually better managing your heating and cooling is probably the easiest, best thing that you can do. One of the things I like best is products, right? Is making products, building products, figuring out how something should go together, how to make a great user experience, all those kinds of things. It's what I like to do. And so I actually, programmed my Honeywell thermostat that I had at the time, which first of all takes a PhD to do. And that was kind of the impetus for there's got to be a better way. And that was really the founding idea, which was, how do we use technology to help people conserve energy, save money, reduce their environmental footprint? And that because heating and cooling is such a big part of your energy use, that if we can, connect it to the internet, if we can use internet data, if we can put smarter processors in our thermostats, if we can have better algorithms, how much better can we do? I would like to do something great. I'd like to build a brand, that opportunity to build something and to build something great. People say, what did you do? Did you wake up one morning and decide you were going to start a thermostat company? That's pretty much what happened. It wasn't we've been building consumer electronics products for years. We saw an opportunity. We were we can figure this out. And so we set out on this journey. So we started calling up heating and cooling companies in Toronto, and we're like, can we ride with your guys in the truck? And they were like, who the heck are you guys? What are you talking about, right? We actually, we went out and we rode with heating and cooling service technicians. It was exciting. There were all kinds of things that we learned. I think first of all, just what it takes to, to do an installation, what those heating and cooling service professionals care about, how we could help them make the installation process easier. But that's really how we, how we started the business. It took us 18 months to get our first product into market.
This is one of the first prototypes of what an Ecobee thermostat would eventually come to look like. This is it right here. At the time, smartphones were just coming, into reality, and we had this idea: what if we took a thermostat and kind of mated it with a smartphone? What could we do? What could it look like? How would it work? And this is it. It almost kind of looks like a phone in a way.
It had a color touchscreen. It's the first Wi-Fi connected thermostat in the market, right? There was no other Wi-Fi connected thermostats in the market, and that was really around thinking about convenience. How could I use one of this product? How can I always make sure it's comfortable when I get home? Can we connect it to the data? Can we use internet data to make smarter decisions for you? And the answer is yes. People were like, oh, it's awesome, it's fantastic, it's great, it's amazing, and we were doing high fives and all that kind of stuff. And then Nest came out. And what we realized is that, we thought we were playing in the NHL, but we weren't really playing in the NHL. We were the champions of the, North Toronto Minor Bantam Hockey League, but we thought we were in the NHL, right? It forced us to go back and retool and think about the business really carefully. And that enabled us to release a whole new generation of products, which was significantly better, that, we believe, is the best in the market. We have this vision for what we would call the helpful home. If you think about, the platforms you have today, you've got like desktop, you've got mobile. We believe connected home will be another platform. And so we're really betting on far-field voice and really integrating far-field voice into all the products that we have so that we can extend far-field voice to any room of your home.
Where we are right now is what we call the audio lab, and it is our space where we can test our voice-enabled products.
In today's CNET Tech Today update. This is CNET, and here are the stories that matter right now.
For every new software upgrade that we do on the system to ensure that we're still meeting the bar of good performance, this is the space that we use for it.
The second is around sensors, right? And really being able to put sensors into products so that they have more contextual awareness, right? So a good example was having our light switch have a temperature sensor in it, so it can be a room sensor for your thermostat.
So this is Switch Plus, our latest darling. It's also a temperature sensor in here. So now every room that you'll put a Switch Plus in, you'll actually get better temperature management because it will communicate the temperature of that room back to your Ecobee thermostat.
You want to basically build Beauty and the Beast in your devices, right? So how would your light switch become that smart candlestick? You give it eyes and ears. So now you would see in our devices we're adding a microphone and speakers. Those things are Alexa, but also there are sensors that can understand the environment better.
The key for us is not to try and out-Google, right? We can't win by, trying to do what Google is doing. We need really a different playbook. And I think, when we look at our strategy is really built around focus and innovation. And I think if you look at, thermostats specifically, we're delivering more innovations to the market faster than Google is. It's taken Google 3 years to come out with room sensors as an example. And their room sensors don't have occupancy detection. I feel like, we're not even, we're just scratching the surface, we're just getting started. And one of the things that I'm most proud of is it feels like, we're just getting better. Like, I don't feel like we're at the top end and we're like, limiting out. I feel like, wow, there's just so much opportunity and the team is so much better and our ability to execute is so much better. And it's not only is it better, but it's also accelerating and getting even better, which is very exciting.